In the name of the cosmos. Hi, Moon. Well, we all need to go through the dark night of the soul in order to align us with our purpose and get us back on the path. You know, we're celebrating Diwali. We're reminded each day that the light of our soul is never diminished, and all we have to do is show up for it every day, and it will help to illuminate the way. I love you, Moon. New moon occurs in the very last degrees of Libra, where she comes under the aspect of Mars and the gaze of a very powerful and restrictive Saturn. Welcome to In the Name of the Cosmos. My name is Siri Prakash. I'm a Vedic astrologer, and in today's video we're going to examine the new moon cycle of November, understanding what she's awakening for us, how we can take her darkness and turn it into our light, healing ourselves and healing those around us, understanding how we're being guided into change. Now, to understand the new moon cycle, we also need to take a look at the surrounding energies that add to the cosmic play. So we have Mars, just the day before the new moon, it turned direct in the sign of Pisces. Then we have Venus, who's in a state of debilitation in the sign of Virgo, in opposition with Mars. Then we have Mercury in the sign of Libra in an exchange with the debilitated Venus. And normally this is considered as an uplift, but since Mercury is so heavily afflicted by both Mars and Saturn, it's not able to really give the upliftment that Venus needs. Then just a few days after the new moon, we'll have Venus move home into its sign of Libra. And then we have Jupiter, who's very strong in its own sign, also on the 19th of November, leaving its place, its home, moving into Saturn's house to join him in the sign of Capricorn. Then we have the Sun, who the moon is merging with. It's in its state of debilitation in the sign of Libra. So we have all this intense energy surrounding this new moon that's really making a conditional pressure to us. This conditional pressure is about us finding our direction and us finding our light. The Vedic system and the celebration of our festivals are perfectly aligned with the luminaries. So in this state where we look at the moon being dark and the sun being in its place of debilitation, these two key luminaries that guide our soul and that guide our consciousness, it's aligned with this festival of light, this celebration of victory over darkness, this celebration of victory over our inner demons and the conquering of them. So we don't need to look at the terms of debilitation and darkness as being negative, but rather looking at this supporting, transformative celebration where we take this light from within and bring it out into the manifest plane. That this light is helping to illuminate our direction. This lunar mansion known or nakshatra or lunar house, right, that the new moon is occurring in is Vishaka Nakshatra. And Vishaka Nakshatra is known as this place of this fork in the road, where we have this choice that needs to be made of our direction, and that we need to take the path where it leads us to our Dharma, right? It's also known as this star of our purpose, right? But that's also aligned with this term of the fork in the road, right? Because once we choose our path, we're aligning ourselves with our purpose, right? And we use this light to really help us find which is the right path, right? So this new moon cycle, as it's leading us through, it's actually coming into this very intense period, right? November is not an easy month. And in fact, it's not easy through the end of the year and early through the third week of January in what I looking ahead to see. In that the moon just after the new moon period, it moves into its state of debilitation, into the sign of Scorpio. And then that days we have Jupiter moving into the house of Saturn, into the sign of Capricorn. So we're not coming into an easy period, but what we can do is use this celebration of light, this celebration of our victory, this celebration of finding our path, and that we're committing ourselves with it with full intention, with the totality of our being, bringing this light into the world and helping to uplift others by simply us following our path and us having compassion for other people, because we're not in an easy state, right? So we're going to need to really each day light the light for us forward. And through this celebration of Diwali, we do it by externally lighting light, either through ghee candles or just through candles if that's what you have, and then really as a remembrance to bring this light out, and that this light is eternal and that it can never be diminished, that we're always needing to work at our state of connection with this light, never forgetting it, never forgetting our path, and never forgetting our purpose. This is the consciousness that Vishaka is depositing into the sun and the moon, is determining what is your path and aligning yourself with it fully with your light and fully with the totality of your being, and that never swaying from this. And this leads you to this place of happiness. So use this time of the new moon cycle to really align yourself in finding your purpose. If you're feeling frustrated and you're feeling volatile and angry, just know that this is Mars kind of depositing the energy within the moon, wanting you to kind of bubble up what needs to come out. So just allow it. Don't judge it. Don't, have intolerance for your frustration. And if you have family and people who are close to you who are also feeling this way, also allow tolerance and allow compassion and just let it disperse, because it's just this energy of Mars that's helping to transform frustration and bring things up, where we feel restricted, where we feel unheard, where we feel things are unjust, let it come out. This time of Diwali is where we really focus on the eternal light of our soul, understanding our integration and connection with the light. It's always there, but we bring it out into a material, manifest way by lighting candles and ghee lamps every day, and where we really clean our home, really clearing out all the dark corners, clearing all the dust, all the dirt, taking things out that just no longer serve us anymore, really spreading a field of prosperity within our space, of our being and within our home, right? Because we want to always invite the prosperity of consciousness into our home and into our being. We always want to invite this form of Lakshmi. And it's not just material gains from Lakshmi, but the blessings of the infinite through Lakshmi, because this is who Lakshmi is devoted to, right? So it's beyond the material plane, but this Diwali festival is also in that we have enough of what we need to live in a state of satisfaction and in a state where we can share and give more to each other, right? Because our light is connected with the infinite light, and our light is connected with one another. We are all light. We are born of light. We are light, but we need to cultivate it through our practice each and every day. And we need to recognize, even when there's a difference of opinion, that this is also light within another. And we need to have grace when we're connecting with each other. We need to have tolerance when we are connecting with each other. And we need to have ultimate clarity with where we want to go, aligning with our purpose, finding our space, finding our dharmic path, and having the courage to move forward. At the end of the month, we're going to have an eclipse. So the moon and the sun are in this state of transformation, and we go through it each and every year. But what really hit it off for us is this shift of change when we had this 6th planetary cycle lineup of eclipse on December of 2019. And then when Jupiter really met with Saturn in the sign of Capricorn, it is the nature's way of teaching us and leading us into the shift of consciousness. There is no mistake. We will make it through this, but we're being reminded to connect with our heart and not have fear of things being uncomfortable and things being in a shift of change, where we're needing to really put on our boots and have courage and have determination, learning how to be flexible with the shift of consciousness that's occurring on this planet. I wish you a lot of love and a lot of luck with this new moon cycle. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. I thank you to all of my new subscribers, and I appreciate all of your support and your comments. I'm working on new content for you, so I look forward to seeing you once again. Satyanam.